I like to get a position. You want to put your elbow, just lean your elbow on your knee and lean forward. Now after you do that, put your hands on the arms of the chair and just move that opposite leg back. You only want to go as far as wherever the balls of your feet allows you to go. Now after that, you just want to drop that left leg or whichever leg you got back there first. You want to go to your own comfort, but the key thing is to remain on the ball of your feet and drive this foot into the seat. So you should be driving down and just using a back leg as a placeholder. I always like to reset. You don't have to do them as long as I was doing them. Just kind of showing you some things you can do. Give you good range of motion. So you can even go as far as extending your elbows straight out. Now, you want to make sure that knee don't go all the way out or all the way in. You want to kind of make sure it's aligned with your toes. And the key thing is to stay on the ball of your feet, whatever leg is on the ground. And you just go through the motions with that. Another drill we got is leg extensions. I know my head kind of chopped off, yeah, I know, but a little taller than I'll be thinking sometimes. But what you want to do is, get a chair, make sure you have a chair, and make sure it's placed on the back of something stable in a fashion to where the chair won't move. Now, you want to get just enough distance to where if you pressed your feet flat on that chair, it didn't make your body move. So, I feel, I'm about right here. So now that you got this position set to where your body can't move, you come back and you just go through the motions. And what you do is you use this chair as a springboard. When you go, notice how I'm pressing the ball of my feet off the chair. Now, I'm not the perfect person for this. There's probably somebody better out there, but I tell you what, I'm trying just like you. My arms I gotta remember which arm should go up. But you can switch. I mean, you don't even have to do as many as I just did. I just was doing that many for myself. You just want to make sure you rotate correctly. Notice when you start going a little faster, the rotation becomes harder. So you got to start slow, even me. So you don't even got to go that fast. You can just go through the motions. Main thing is make sure your heel comes up along the side of your body. And then, I'm probably the wrong way with my arms, but who cares? But that's the motion. Notice I'm not doing this though. See how far away my heels is away from my body when I come up? Well, I kind of naturally be close, but you want to be as close as possible. Almost, and notice that my feet, even if they're not all the way straight up, I'm still going to have attempts for it to be straight up. And then I'm going to extend out and press the ball. Now, you ain't got to do this stretch. I actually made this stretch up. I probably didn't make it up, but in my own mind I did. I spelled my name Stixx, S-T-I-X-X. So I call this the X stretch. What you want to do is, you want to get your feet. I know you can't see my feet, not far enough back, but I got to have the Stixx figure in the background, so you got to deal with not seeing my feet. But you want to get your feet shoulder width apart. Now, after you get your feet shoulder width apart, it's going to confuse you because you're going to be kind of upside down. But the key is to put your arms like this when you're going down. And now you'll go behind you. Now what this is doing is what you feel. You wonder why it's called the X stretch? Because you get both your arms, you got to keep in mind, you got to reach those arms up so you can stretch those triceps. You use these muscles when you run. It's kind of giving you a 2 muscle stretch in one. You might not want to go that long, but that's the X stretch, STIXX. Pressure release massage at the same time you're working on technique. So that's pretty cool to work on 2 things at once. So what you want to do is have your thumb, if your thumb too weak, you can use your knuckles, or if your knuckles don't feel right for you, you can always use 2 fingers, but your thumb, I feel, is the best thing that you want to use. So you get a spot, you start in a spot, like I like to start at the top. And what I'm doing here is I'm pressing on this area right above your waist. You know, my waist high up. So now I go right where the meat start at, get a little closer to the chair, and I rotate one leg. Now maybe need to be a little closer. And every time I rotate, I'm moving an inch down. So you want to kind of just gradually move down. You can take breaks, but just imagine what you're actually accomplishing here. You wonder why you're so tight, because you're waiting on somebody to massage you. Costs money sometimes, and even when it's free, you gotta come here and there. You gotta come after your practice, or you're just not able to get a massage all the time. I mean, I know personally know. So doing this drill here is helping me release those tissues that became tight from practicing. All I'm doing is moving an inch down every time I move my leg up. Now, you don't have to do as many as me. That's just because I do these a lot. Now notice when you get to a harder spot, like the hamstring, good thing to do is use 2 hands. It's okay to use 2 hands in this drill. All you gotta do is put your hand there. You feel those muscles moving. You don't want to be too hard on yourself, but you want to be firm. You don't want to be pressing, but you want to be still. You want to make sure you try to make that muscle stay still when you rotate your leg. You feel it trying to move out your fingertips. That's the only thing you work on. If your feet up, that's okay. But you definitely don't want to go that long. I should have switched sides. Might as well. But now I gave you the ideal. I'm going to switch sides off the camera. 1 to 2 minutes, 3 minutes. I'm not going to do it that long. And what the reason I said if you don't have no intensity, what I'm saying is it doesn't matter what you're doing. You can just go through the motions. Now, if you're an athlete, you should be able to do this for 3 minutes. You get you a watch. Now, if you ain't got nothing the next day, but just imagine how easy this task is. This is an easy task. It has its effect. What the issue is our patience. We get bored, so we want to switch what we're doing. But if we kept on path on some things we do, we can actually accomplish a lot more than we imagine. Because sometimes we do the correct thing. We don't always do the wrong thing. It's just we just do the correct thing for a short period of time. That changes some things. But notice that I haven't looked at the camera, so my form can probably be wrong. And you might want to check that. If you got you a mirror, it's best. But you definitely want to have the feet up. I don't even know if my arm's on the right rhythm, but it feel right, so I'm gonna do it. So keep that in mind. Even if your arm's not swishing right, if it feel right, I guess it's right that day. Now notice you want to be close to the chair, so you gotta rotate your feet around. I maybe not wouldn't like that in the beginning of the video, if you made it this far. Get close to the chair and rotate your feet around. Now, I want you to notice something. This chair started on that wall. It ended right here. So that's even telling me I have some work to do. What you want to get to the point is where you can tap this chair and make it not move. Right now this chair is moving because I'm probably pulling it back, dragging. When you come and hit your feet on here, it needs to be a come over, tap, and come down. Come over, tap, come down. So if you dragging your feet on a chair, ideally you probably have one of those back kicks. And I definitely got a back kick. What we have here, simple stretch. Knee up, hold your knee. Now, I keep using this chair because I want you to understand how you got things in your house you can use. Now, you're always looking for something to balance you, right? So, what you can do is you get as close to a chair as you can or something like a couch, and you grab this other leg. Now, you might need a pillow at the end of the chair if it hurts your shin, but I'm okay. Now, what it has given me is balance. So now I can work on what I need to work on with my leg. Now that I'm using just the front of it. I don't have my arm on the wall. So now I got more balance. So you can use the front of a chair for balance. And this how you can, maneuver this particular stretch without being held up. I know I'm close to the wall, but I'm not on the wall. So keep that in mind. It gives you balance. You don't have to do all that. I was just showing you how you can use the chair for balance.